right, white flag, you're 3 to Blaney, and then it's about 10 behind him. We're off.
Here he comes, final time off the end of the back straightaway.
Hell yeah. Good job, man. 2 times, baby. Yeah! Yeah!
And Joey Logano is the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the preview show delivered by DoorDash. I'm Alan Cavana alongside Kim Kuhn, and we are here to crown a champion. The championship race in Phoenix. We did it. We made it, Kim.
It's hard to believe. This is what race fans are waiting for. Who is going to take home the title in the NASCAR Cup Series?
4 drivers, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron, are vying for the title. It's been 35 weeks. It's been a long season, ups and downs for all of them. What are these teams thinking with 1 to go?
Well, they've had great seasons, all of them, but this one race is all that matters. You got to finish ahead of the other 3 championship 4 drivers. And for me, top of the list importance is qualifying at Phoenix. We know how important track position is there, but not only that, pit stall selection. If you look at the 3 championship Cup Series races held at Phoenix Raceway, all 3 of them, the champion has won the pole and picked that first pit stall. So that is such a huge advantage. And then you talk pit road in general. A championship can be, and we've seen it before, has been lost on pit road. You think about the mistakes crews can make, the mistakes crew chiefs can make on what adjustments they make to the car. So pit road and pit stops are going to be so important this weekend.
And let's not forget, we've had a race there this year. It came down to strategy, 4 tires or 2 tires at the end. Teams are thinking about that. They have something of a notebook, but I asked Rudy Fugle, how much has changed since March? He says this is the Cup Series. Everything changes every week. So who knows what kind of notes they have going in.
Yeah, you have to be flexible. You have to have all those strategy options in your pocket. And to your point, that 2-tire call won William Byron the spring race. Will we see something similar this weekend?
Yeah, speaking of that win, there are 2 distinct groups among the 4 drivers vying for the championship. 2 drivers have won there before, 2 drivers have not. Kyle Larson and William Byron have wins at Phoenix. That's important. Kyle Larson, of course, won his championship at Phoenix in 2021, and William Byron, back in the spring on a late restart, actually beat his teammate Kyle Larson in sort of a duel. Kyle Larson had more than 200 laps back in the spring, but it was William Byron getting that victory. I think that provides something of an advantage. They have wins at Phoenix. What about those other 2?
Yeah, the other 2 don't. So you look at Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell. Neither has found victory lane at Phoenix Raceway, but a little caveat, Ryan Blaney has finished 2nd in the last 2 races at Phoenix. He arguably, I think, had the best car in last year's championship race. Maybe did his teammate a favor, Joey Logano, being able to get that win and get that championship. And then you look at Christopher Bell. He is the only returning championship 4 driver from last year. That has to bode well. And then he won at Homestead, so he's had an extra week to prepare for Phoenix, he and crew chief Adam Stevens, so that could work in their favor.
It's so tight amongst those top 4. That's why I love this championship format. Every week we do it for you. We bring you the playoff pulse. This week it just happens to deliver a championship. The good, the bad, the wild card for the race coming up. Who is your good for Phoenix?
I think I teased it already. Ryan Blaney, again, he's got runner-up finishes in the last 2 races at Phoenix. I think he can hopscotch that, finish P1, win the race to get the championship. Ooh. And you think about the momentum he has from Martinsville. Oh, that win just sweeping into Phoenix weekends.
I'm going with William Byron.
Okay.
I love what he did in the spring. Not only the speed, not only the position he was in, the calls they made, but the moxie he had, the grit that he had to take the race away from Kyle Larson, who was probably the best in that race, doesn't matter. William Byron finished it out and got the win. I think that winning matters because every time we've seen it, the winner of the race, you have to win the championship. I like William Byron's 6 wins. That's why he's my good. Those are our goods. How about the bad pick? I hate to say bad because these drivers are so damn good.
Yeah,
who's the iffy pick for
they've
Sunday?
They've earned their spot in the championship 4, so how can you even say there's a bad? And I had a really hard time with this one. But I gotta go with Christopher Bell. Again, he's got the worst of the stats of the championship 4, specifically at Phoenix and what he's been able to do or hasn't been able to do. And the thing he hasn't done at Phoenix that the other 3 have is lead laps. 0 laps led for Christopher Bell at Phoenix, so that's why he's in the bad category for me.
I had to go with C. Bell as well. Again, not because I wanted to, just because the stats say so. If you go back to the spring, the worst among the 4 drivers in terms of finish was Christopher Bell in 6th place. 6th place wasn't good enough. That shows you how tough this is. All right, good, bad, wild card for Sunday.
Ooh, wild card. Well, your good is my wild card, and that's William Byron. Yes, they got the win in the spring, but Their race at Martinsville was so bad. In fact, both Rudy and William said it was the worst race of the year for them. So how do they reset, refocus, and find some sort of spark or momentum headed into Phoenix? So that's kind of why they were my wild card.
All right, I'm going turning up on you. Kevin Harvick is my wild card. Kevin Harvick, forever. It's his last race ever. He's won 9 times at Phoenix, was in position to win back in the spring again, maybe the wrong pit call at the end. But if there was ever a driver I would like to see upset the apple cart a little bit with the championship for, it would be Kevin Harvick at Phoenix. What a way to go out with a victory. I hope he is going full blast to the end. That would be my only wild card.
Oh, and we know how much Phoenix means to him. So what a cool thing if he does get the win in Phoenix.
Love talking old school. Every week here on the Preview Show, we do our NASCAR 75 Flashback. Where are we going today?
Well, we are going back to November 8th, 2020. It was the first championship race held at Phoenix Raceway. Lap 269, Joey Logano is in the lead with Chase Elliott in close pursuit. Then lap 270, Chase makes the pass on Logano for the lead. Chase hangs on for 43 green flag laps to get his first Cup Series championship. So I know the fact that we dropped in a little 9 talk here will make the Chase Elliott fans happy, but that was his first Cup Series championship, and we're looking at a possible new Cup Series champion this year.
3 of the 4 drivers on Sunday have never won a championship. We'll see what they can do. We always see history get made at Phoenix. We'll see it again on Sunday. Make sure you tune in. It's the NASCAR Championship race, Sunday, November 5th, 3 p.m. on NBC. We will crown a champion. And then the season's over. It's so sad to say.
I know, it's so sad, but we want to thank you for tuning into the Preview Show all year long. We've had so much fun, and Alan and I will both be out in Phoenix, so we hope to see some fans out there.
Enjoy the off season.